Hey, it's me, Shettle. I'm back on YouTube, funnily enough. It's been a while. It's been about like 6 years, which is a long time to be away from creating content, but I kind of got in the mood to do so again. I've kind of eased my way into it by doing some Twitch streams. If you want to join, hit me up on twitch.tv/Shettle. I have some fun playing video games, so join if you like. I'm more than welcome. Anyway, today's build, I decided to go for some Sims 4 content because it was quite relaxing. This did take me a long time to build actually, back in sort of mid-February, but I had some weird issues getting uploaded. I don't know why. It's fine. It is what it is. It's done now. I created the time-lapse video finally, and I hope you enjoy. Let's jump into it. So obviously, starting off doing the floor plan, I actually used a reference image for this build, which I've never done before. I've kind of always, whenever I've been playing The Sims, and I have played a lot of Sims, I ended up doing, like, I'd take some, like, a build from EA and adjust it to fit my needs and kind of build onto it, but I never really worried about making it look particularly, like, interesting from the outside. So it was quite interesting at this time to really focus on, like, what my aesthetic was going to be and what it was going to end up like. I'm just fiddling with the floor plan a little bit. You see me sort of fuss around quite a lot with this actually, and with the roof, I don't know why it's not a difficult roof, but because I wanted it to line up in a certain way, and because Sims 4 proportions are a bit funny, it didn't play nice, shall we say. I got there in the end. There's a fair amount of jumping around and adjusting, and it was a trial, to say the least. It was fun though. It did take me like 7 hours to get it done. All I say now, I did leave to go have dinner at one point, so it's not not quite 7 hours. It was fairly long though. This is the start of fiddling around with the roof where I was trying to, like, I don't know what it was. And somehow, like, we'll see later, but it had like this weird sort of shadow on the floor below, and I could not get rid of it. I did try, but it's there now. It's a feature of the house. So if you download it, I'm really sorry. I hope it's not there. But I kind of gave up. I was like, no, I don't care anymore. I did initially start off with kind of like an orangey lighter wood, but then I couldn't really find like any nice windows that would match with that. It was kind of like, I don't know, it's a weird colour wood. I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I definitely much prefer like a softer, kind of richer, darker wood to paler woods. So I end up going, like, the whole house ends up being that kind of like sort of ashy, kind of darker brown. And I mean, I could use the really nice windows we got in Snowy Escape, so that was quite nice. Those big sort of glass windows are just, oh, they're so beautiful. If I could, I would live in a house that had windows like that, just looking out over like a city skyline or something. I don't know. I tried to. So the original floor plan of this house actually had, like, in that back left corner, it kind of had a utility room / bathroom kind of thing going on, I think, from what I could sort of figure out from the plan. And I really, really desperately wanted it, but because the proportions in Sims 4 were so weird, I did have to do a lot of fiddling around. I did eventually do it. I managed to get a bathroom and like a utility room in there. The utility room has a lovely big window. It's quite funny considering it's like a room for your washing machine. But yeah, it's there. It's cool. Like I said, it isn't a modern build, and it does have, I think, 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. There's a downstairs bathroom. There's a bathroom off the parents' room or the adults' room. There's and then there's like a family bathroom, and then 3 bedrooms. So 1 for the parents, 1 for like a teen I kind of was aiming for, and 1 for like 2 shared children. So it's quite a spacious house actually. Oh dear, this is the point where I'm trying to figure out how to get the front to look how I wanted it to look, because there's these 2 big windows that are meant to be at the front of the house, sort of in where I ended up putting like the master bedroom. And I don't know why, but I couldn't figure out how to get the back to sort of line up with that, and I was just like, it was really silly. So I ended up just essentially, I think, like, widening the back so that it fit in. So you see those big sort of windows, I wanted them centered on that area, and it wouldn't work. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but it's I did eventually get it to sort of sit nicely and how I wanted it to, which was nice. There's like a tiny little balcony off the teens room for some reason. It was a feature, and it kind of made that wall a bit more interesting, I guess. It wasn't all like flat on one level. I know it's like nice bump out on the side, but it did benefit from having like a tiny little balcony on it. This is the point where I did cut out a little bit more of the floor plan and like me fiddling with the roof. So I ended up painting, I think, the rooms in the bit that I sort of took out and colouring the walls so I could get on a little bit quicker into the furnishing, because that's the most important bit. I went for like a nice dark flooring throughout the house. I was toying with the idea of making the sort of office room carpeted, but I was like, I don't like the carpets in The Sims 4. They're so gross. Yeah, so I'm going through, putting in some paint, putting in some tiles, making it a bit brighter. I turned that little sort of box room into like a pantry. The fridge is in there, and then there's a little microwave. I really hope you can't hear my brother singing in the shower in like the room next door. I'm so sorry. If you hear random singing, that will be why. I raised the house up slightly on platforms, actually. I think I raised it up like two levels, because I wanted the garage to be attached to the house, but I also wanted the garage to be like flat on the ground. I didn't want it to be on foundation, and I'm pretty sure that's the way you do it. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's the way that appealed to me anyway. I wanted the garage like level with the ground and the house raised up slightly on foundation, so you could get that nice like patio to the outside. So I ended up doing that, which was quite nice. I quite like that dining room area. It's quite like you get a good view from that dining room. You get the nice big windows and the glass door. It's very, very classy, I think. Very modern. Nice glass table. Pretty cool looking chairs. I did have to extend that wall slightly, so the one that we're just facing now, I had to make it slightly bigger, because I wanted a painting, but I wanted the painting to be in line with the table. If it was like only one shot, so that wall sticks out kind of like a bit further than you'd want it to. So there's only, I think, one tile in between that room and what turns out to be the living room. But I thought it was better to have the painting centered in line with the dining room, and yeah, I think it looks quite nice actually. I was choosing which carpet to use. I was looking for kind of like not too sort of bold. Nothing in this house is particularly bold. I do like that lamp size down over the table. I think it's quite a nice lamp. It gives off like this nice shape, gives off a nice light. It's a good lamp. It's a good ceiling lamp. It's a good ceiling lamp, I should say. I was sort of still fiddling around with the colour scheme that I wanted to go for in this bit. I think I do start just sort of placing down furniture. I don't know if all of it's like final furniture, but I just kind of went around and put things where I kind of vaguely wanted them to be. It wasn't too sort of set in stone. It was like, this could go there, this could go there. Let's see if I can fit it all in first of all, essentially. I was like, I don't know if anything's going to fit in this house. It might not. Who knows? For some reason I stuck out like a weird, I think on a counter, which is quite nice. Yeah, I ended up creating like, it was sort of, originally the house was a bit more open plan, but I ended up cutting it into pieces a little bit. I put a big hallway into the house, and it did kind of close off the space a little bit more, but I think that was beneficial, because then we could have the door to like the laundry room, and you could have a TV centered on that wall. It made a bit more sense for it to be closed off a little bit more, I think. So yeah, still going around placing down furniture, kind of jumping around a little bit. When I first edited this video, I was making myself feel a little bit sick actually. Just the amount of sort of turning that I do. I didn't realise, like, even just how you keep the camera as you're building is kind of really important, because if you sort of bounce around too much, like I for some reason tend to do, it definitely makes it very jumpy. I did a bit of furnishing of the the kitchen was quite nice and simple. It's very like that. I mean, that Snowscape kitchen set is just lovely. Like those, I mean, I know those shelves are a pain to like decorate. I didn't put too much on them. I put bits and pieces that I found that I thought would be interesting. I really wanted a teapot. I was like, this seems like a house that would have a teapot. I know I drink tea. I don't really like coffee. But I like that you can make like honey tea and things like that. So I was like, I'll put a teapot in the house. We'll have a teapot. teapot in the front, and then a microwave in the little cubby sort of like pantry room. I was gonna leave it bare, but I was like, I don't really want the Sims to be chopping up stuff in that room. I don't want them hanging around in there and doing the cooking in there. I want them to come out into the kitchen and do that. So yeah, I was kind of going through and just seeing bits and pieces that I liked and kind of putting them where I thought they would fit. It can make things a little bit difficult to watch, actually, unsurprisingly, bouncing around the place. I find it really difficult when I'm building something, like just to stick in one place and stay in one room and furnish one room. Maybe it'll come with practice. Like, this is literally one of the less than 10 houses I've ever built sort of by myself, so, and furnished by myself with no limit on the budget. So I found it quite difficult just to stick in one place. So you can see me bouncing all over the place. I'm like looking through the categories and being like, oh, this would be nice there, and oh, this would be nice there, let's put that there. I thought this would be a nice place to have some like wine up on a pantry shelf. My dad sells wine for a living, so it's kind of like a nice sort of nod to him. Going around filling in some other bits and pieces, sort of paintings on the walls, making it look a bit more homely. I wanted the house to be nice and welcoming. I wanted it to be a fairly welcoming house. I wanted there to be clutter, but not too much clutter. It's not like overly decorated. It's one you can pick up and go quite easily with. It's not like loads and loads of, I think it's quite an expensive house, don't get me wrong, but it's not like overly loaded with stuff. I wanted to add a bit of colour to the kitchen, actually, so I was trying to go for like a blue. I do use that blue somewhere else, that sort of nice kind of like soft eggshelly blue. I don't think I use that in like the living room, no, the dining room, that's why I use it. And there was quite a nice pop of colour, and some of the rooms upstairs kind of like, they're not bright, but they're like, there's a little pop of colour. I brought in some of the bricks into the living room as well. I thought that added a bit of warmth. I thought it was quite a nice effect. Yeah, I was trying to look for some panels for this room for some reason. I've got it into my head that like white panelled rooms are really, really nice at the minute. I was like, they're really not, especially not as you're doing them in The Sims. I fiddled around with this sort of office room quite a lot, actually. It was not going how I wanted to. I was like, if you're sitting in an office, why would you want to look into your office? Like, loads of people have their desks sort of behind, like the windows behind them. I don't get that. You'd want to look out the window while you're working, right? You don't want to be staring into a room. Oh, I just had to put some plants under the stairs. Not a good idea, not unless you have really big windows. They work in The Sims, but obviously don't do that in real life. Your plants need light. My room that I'm in currently doesn't have a lot of light, and I have a few plants that I love, and they're not doing well. I have this it's a maidenhair fern, and it looks so sad. I mean, it's still growing. It's got green leaves. They don't look particularly green though. It's on a bed of stones, and it's got water. It gets watered so much, and I know ferns really like water, but take care of your plants, people. Today is PSA. So going around adding random clutter here and there. I didn't overload the kitchen with lots of clutter. I kind of like put something in pretty much everything. I was like, you don't want to put too much, do you? You don't want it to be just like overwhelming. And also, I'm lazy, so I was like, bits and pieces here and there, that's fine. I really like how that living room turned out. I like the blues and the sort of browns of the house. I think it's quite effective. Oh, my hair is being like proper full on this side, isn't it? It's just like, I stupidly made the mistake of brushing my hair before coming on video, and I regret it so much. It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. We'll just have to deal. You'll just have to deal. It won't be me. It'll be you guys dealing with my hair and being like, what is going on? I tried to use this rug so many times. I tried to use it in the dining room. I tried to use it in the living room. It didn't work. I think I eventually did use it in the office, which is nice. But I was definitely struggling. I really wanted to use that rug. But instead I went for that really nice... I can't remember. Is that from Snowy Escape as well? The sort of geometric, soft one? I don't know. I wanted it to be not too dissimilar in colour to the dining room, so it would tie in nicely, because it's kind of technically one big-ish room. I know the walls are different colours. I know that the blue sort of stops in that corner, but I still wanted the rooms more or less to be kind of tied in at least a little bit. And we got some nice sort of, I love those couches. The couches from, what's it called? The new one, the Paranormal Stuff Pack. That's really nice couch. Or just couches with cushions. You can't go wrong with couches with cushions, right? You cannot go wrong with a couch with cushions. I mean, where's the lie? Oh, it's Mother's Day. Soon. In the UK, it's Mother's Day on Sunday, and I haven't got anything. Ugh. I need to get on that. Someone remind me. I need to get something for my mum for Mother's Day. Oh, this painting, I swear, I love that painting. That one with the woman, like, or just to be fair, all the swatches on that picture are so nice. I love them. I would use that literally everywhere. I would have that in my house, that or every single version of that. Where exactly did this spot of blood come from on my desk? Cool. Here's the utility room. Here was the utility room. It's gone now. I was doing the utility room. Here's the same counter from is in the kitchen. I saw some plant that I liked. I was like, where can I put this? So I put that in there as well. An ironing board, just general stuff you need in the utility room. It's got a really big window. Because of the outside, I was like, it would look weird if I didn't have it. So it's there now. It's fine. And there's a door that leads out to the garage, which I quite like. And there's some stairs down to it. So down to where it is you would keep your car if you had cars in The Sims. But I don't even want to talk about that. Although, saying that, bunk beds are coming, I believe. I swear I saw a tweet. I could be making this up. But I saw a tweet with like a bunk bed silhouette. And it's like, oh, what could this be? But it's a bunk bed. The office is fairly simple. I think, do I try and add colour in this one? I think I do. I think I make it like a creamy colour. Yeah, like a sort of off cream. Lots of this house is cream. And I always have to go at my mum for painting walls cream or white. And I'm like, it's such a good colour. Like, it's just, for a wall, you want your walls to be fairly, like, neutral. I actually had such a hard time getting this build, like, up and ready to go on YouTube for some reason. I don't know what happened. But the programs I was using to kind of edit the video, and I've been editing quite a few videos recently, given the global pandemic and given my job, I've been creating not many, but like 3 sort of fairly big videos for the place I work, and I don't know what it was, but it wouldn't, like, the video wouldn't render properly. I don't know whether my software's too old. I'm not sure. So I ended up downloading this new program. I think it's like a free video editing software. It's called Lightworks or something. So I use that painting again. I can see that painting again. I've used it again and I don't even care. I don't care that I've used the painting twice in the same build. Not the same painting, but it's like a different swatch, but it's essentially the same painting. So I was having a lot of issues getting this video up in the first place. It wouldn't kind of render properly, and I was having lots of issues. So instead I used Lightworks, and that was fine. It's a good video. I'm happy with the quality. But the amount of crashes that I've experienced using this software, I was like, what is this? I don't understand. Like, for no reason. And it's not the most user friendly. It's fine. It does the job. It actually helped me speed up the video really nicely, and it's come out at quite good like FPS, and it's good enough. It's good enough for what I want, essentially, which is great, and it's free. So I shouldn't really complain for like a free piece of software, and I'm pretty sure it's open source as well. So it's good. I tried to like record this speed build so many times as well, just even like doing the voiceover for it. But then every time I did it, I'd go onto the video and be like, oh, things are out of order, or oh, it skipped a whole part of the build. So not ideal. But eventually we got there. I've got there. Most everything that I ended up wanting in the video is there. I did cut out, like, I think the bathrooms. I ended up sort of cutting out the outside. I was like, I'm not great at landscaping. Landscaping is not my thing. Interior stuff, I'm still, I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I definitely feel more comfortable doing inside of houses than the big, vast outside of a house. I don't know what it is. I look at all the space and I get upset. It's too much. It's too much for me. It's too much of a canvas. I need to work in little increments. But I think the house did turn out quite okay. Again, outside, it's fine. So I didn't want to show you guys. If you want to have a look at it in the build, you're more than welcome to. But I was a bit underwhelmed with how I decorated the outside. It's fine. It's got a chess table, it's got a barbecue area, it's got like a seating bit, it's got some planters. I think I put a swing. Outside. Yeah, if you do download this house, as a side note, I did use basically all the packs. I'm really sorry. I was not really thinking about what I wanted to do. I just kind of was like, I'll build what I want to build. This is the first build I've properly done, and properly done for like a purpose like this. So I was like, I'll be kind to myself. I can use whatever. But that meant I did use everything. So I'm really sorry. This is the teen room. I was kind of going for like a sort of, it's not like overly one child or another. It's kind of like a fairly neutral room. It's like a purpley bluey colour to the house. It's quite light furniture actually. I really wanted to use that chest of drawers, but ended up not really fitting in with anything else. I had to change it from a brown chest of drawers to like a white one. Just saw a bit of NCIS I was watching online while I was building this. That's the good thing about a house build. Like, I don't really have to think. I don't have to talk. I just have to build. And I can just do whatever I like while I'm doing it. So it was quite nice being able to watch something. I don't know why NCIS, but apparently that's what I'm into at the minute. I've kind of run out of things to watch, unsurprisingly, given not being able to go anywhere else or do anything else. It's cool. You may notice I do have like a CC in my game, but I did turn it off and upload my build to the gallery without CC. So it will come up under the like the normal sort of Sims 4 stuff. I just wanted to make sure that everyone can download it. I don't know why, when I first did it, it came up as having CC, and I was like, there's definitely no CC in this. I don't have any custom content in this build. There's like, everything here is like legit, but it's fine. I just clicked off those options you can do where it says you turn off your CC, and then just uploaded it again and it worked fine. So it's cool. It's all good. I was kind of not really sure what this teen was into. I was like, they're into sports and they're also into music, and they're also into like, I don't even know, like space. I don't know. I was kind of like playing around with what the aesthetic of this teen was. I was just like, as a teen, my room was very much all over the place. There was no sort of coherent like style. It was just like, oh, I like this, I'll put it on the wall. I also imagine that they'd be fond of knitting. In my head, I was like, this teen likes to knit, because why not? Give your teens a skill. It's fine. It's what you want, right? So I gave them a loom on top of the wardrobe, chest of drawers, and I gave them that knitting basket you can get. This is the kids' room. I was kind of like not really sure. I didn't want it to be too bright, so I chose like a nice yellow, and I kind of left like a panel of white in each room, I think, more or less. Just facing like where the windows were. I don't know why. I liked it. I imagine that this room is like for two children, two like maybe different age children. One is like weirdly into aliens. They like aliens, they like space. So I put some like space posters around their bed. I really like that mountain wallpaper as well. It's nice. I just wanted this room to be like blues, purples, yellows. Nothing too bright, but like nice enough. Oh yeah, that's the alien space, the space poster that I wanted. And this one maybe is a bit more academic. I don't know. I was like, boy bands, space, aliens, anything like that on one side. Saying that, actually, I was watching the, I think you're talking of space. When I was building this, I think I watched the Perseverance landing. That was quite cool. This is how long ago I was actually making this build, and sort of trying and record these videos. Because one day when I was gonna sort of do a voiceover, I was like, meh, I'll watch the Perseverance landing instead from NASA, and that was quite cool. And I don't know if anyone watched it, but you could hear the first sounds from Mars, which is pretty freaking cool. I really enjoyed that, actually. I mean, for some reason my connection was awful, so it was very jumpy, so I did have to sort of stop and leave it for one point. But yeah, it was quite like it was a nice thing to do, I think, just to watch while I was sort of messing around on my computer essentially. Yeah, like listening to the sounds from an alien planet was just so cool, even if your connection is a bit rubbish. I think this is the sort of final-ish room of the house, actually. It's the bathroom. I mean, I hope it is, because I don't think I've ever talked for this long before in my life. Like 20 odd straight minutes is, and it's not even 20 odd straight minutes. I mean, the amount of cutting I'm probably gonna have to do for this video, I swear. Yeah, I kind of left this bathroom as fairly like, it's a bathroom. I don't even know why I left it in, to be honest. I don't think I intended to, but it's here now, so I'm gonna talk about it. Just some random furniture all around the place. Oh, you may notice that I'm putting stuff down and not like alt placing. That's because my cat was lying on my keyboard at the time I was building. So I did go back and put everything sort of nicely and like not just in the middle of the room, like that basket is in the way of the door. That's because my cat was lying on the keyboard, so there's nothing I can do. That's just, you just have to wait, really. Nothing to be done. You wait it out. You hope you eventually get back the use of your computer. So that's why I'm not even turning anything around. You can see in that last bit that you can see like the weird shadows from the roofs. Like I think it's the roof. I'm not really sure what it is. I tried to get rid of it, but I couldn't. So it's there now forever. Let's jump into the build. Let's see. So here's the house. It's quite like a modern looking house. It's not overly built up. It's kind of like in that nice sort of comfort zone of like half kind of modern, half kind of traditional. You've got like the nice peaked roofs. Going in, we've got like an entryway. We've got some things on around the place to leave. I love that hanging basket as well. I'm really high up, aren't I? Well, now I'm child height. Great. Okay, normal adult size, please. Fairly standard. Nothing too exciting in this area. Again, I do love that painting. It's just such a nice painting. To this side, to the left, we have the office, which isn't overly decorated. It's just kind of like fairly. It's not a big area, to be honest. Anyway, you get a nice view out the window. You've got some books behind you, some plants. It's quite like a nice airy room. Over to this side, we have one of the entrances to the kitchen. So the kitchen is like fairly plain, to be honest. I ended up having to get rid of the range hood over the oven because I put an extra window because I thought it balanced out the room a bit more. Before, when there was only one window in like this corner, it was a bit too sort of cramped. So I ended up putting 2 windows in instead. Bits of furniture, nothing really sort of very bold in this room. We've got the nice little pantry with the fridge and the microwave in here. Bit of furniture. Going back out this way, back into the hallway, we've got our plants that you should not put under the stairs if you can help it. You don't want to kill your plants. We've got, like, I was struggling to think of what could go in this area, so I ended up putting these nice standing paintings that I think come from, I want to say Eco Living, but I don't remember. Let's go through this way into the dining room. Quite a fairly standard dining room. It's a lovely window. I love that window. It's a fairly simple house, I'm not gonna lie. We've got that nice big painting on the wall. So going through this sort of fairly narrow gap, to be honest, but you've got a nice big archway over there, so you shouldn't complain. We've got the living room. We've got a nice big curved TV. I don't think I've ever really used this TV that much. I thought it was a nice sort of touch. I didn't really want to obstruct the windows in this place. I wanted like big living room windows. Going through this way, I think we've got the bathroom through here. Again, fairly simple bathroom. Nothing sort of interesting. Through here, we've got like quite a narrow room with the washing machine and the tumble dryer and a nice big window. But why not? Why not have a big window? Garage through here with the car, woodworking table. We've got the decoration box. I always forget to put a decoration box, and then it comes up to Winterfest. I'm like, where are my decorations? I don't have any. There's also a door out to the back garden as well, which I thought was quite nice. Going back into the living room and then the hallway. Then we can go up the stairs. So up the staircase. Still got the shadows on the floor, but we've got a seating area up here. Got a little bookcase. We've got the family bathroom as the first door. We've got a nice photo of some fish above the toilet, because why not? I did move this. Did I move the soap? I did move the soap as well, which is good. I almost forgot to do that, actually. I forgot to move the soap. I was like, did I do that? I used another version of that painting because I love it so much up here. This is the kids' room. I think this is quite a nice room. I wish we had some better curtains, because I like these curtains. I like the shape of them, but I don't like the colours. Like, this is sort of the more kind of neutral colour swatch I could find, so not great. So we've got the 2 kids' beds. It's quite nice and simple in here. In this room over here, in this room we have like the teen rooms. They've got their posters over the bed. I really like these curtains, like with the beads. I think they're from Paranormal Stuff. Just fairly nice. There's knitting basket, because what teen doesn't love to knit, right? And then the final room is the parents' room. It's quite like a warm room, this one. I quite like this room. Warm furnishings, nice big windows. I'm really glad I could keep those 2 windows in the middle. And then finally, like the ensuite bathroom, which I love this tub. I don't use this tub anywhere near enough, but I would love this kind of tub. I really hope you can't hear my brother. So not only was he singing, but I think now he's doing, you know, that thing where you have the punching bag, but it's not like a big punching bag, it's like a little punching bag, and you do the da-da-da-da-da. I think he's doing that downstairs, which is not ideal. Anyway, so the outside is fairly standard. Barbecue, seating area, chest table, swing set, gardening. There's a nice washing line. I like a washing line, and also the water hose that you can have as well. So yeah, all in all, pretty simple house, but it's like a nice one to use for gameplay. I think it's fairly straightforward. I'm looking at this kitchen now. I'm like, it looks really empty, but if you want to add some more to it, you're more than welcome to. I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed. It's getting a little bit dark out, so I'm going to go. If you want to download it, it is on the gallery. So if you go on the gallery and you look up shettleplays, you'll find it there. Again, like I said, I did use quite a few packs. It's 100,000 simoleons, which I don't think is too bad. It could be a lot worse, to be honest. Yeah, so for modern luxury, it's not. It's a nice house, I'd say. It's not like your average sort of working class sim. It's a decent start house. 108,000 simoleons. Not like overwhelmingly furnished, but I guess furnished enough. Which is exactly what you want. You want furnished enough, right? When you download stuff from the gallery. Showcase this item in your profile. Why not? Let's do that. That's a house I'm proud of. I mean, it looks pretty interesting from the front. It's like very I don't know, there's something about it that's a bit like quite interesting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope you enjoyed the speed build. I hope you enjoyed me talking absolute rubbish the whole duration. I'm going to try and do more of these, because I did enjoy, despite the stress that it took for me to actually upload this video, I did enjoy making it. So it was a lot of fun just sitting there and just building a house. So I might do this again, I guess, depending on how this goes. This could be that I think this is a really nice house and everyone thinks it's awful. But that's how we learn, right? We try and we see if things work. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you have a good one. Bye. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. What am I doing? Anyway.